gonna start here with problem 8.1 just to kind of show you like how you could take this problem and turn it into like a real need for an auxiliary view, because normally what this gave us was really just a dimension in this view here, and this dimension was, you could have dimensioned that on the front view as well. All right, so we've got the dimension here from the true length of this line, and then we also have the 2-inch here, which was given in that view, and so that was already given. But what I want to show you is, what if this part had a hole in here and was going right through the middle? So that's what I want to lay out. I want to show you what it's going to look like with a hole in the middle, and then how to construct the ellipse command. So what I'm going to do here is just real quickly divide this off midpoint to midpoint, and then put a hole right in the middle of this part. So in this view right here, this is the only view where you would actually have this circle appear as a circle in its true size and shape. I'll make it 1 1/4 inch. Match properties and turn that into an object line. All right, so if this had a hole in it, the auxiliary view is the only place where it's going to appear as a circle. All right, the other views are going to appear as an elliptical shape. So what does that mean for us? What that means is we've got to now transfer the information from this view to this, back to this view, to the right side view and the top view. So I'm going to do that by picking here at this intersection and drawing a line perpendicular to this plane. And this is representing like the outer points of that circle. So I'm going perpendicular there. So that hole would be like going right through here. We're going to make that hole go right through there. So I'm going to extend these lines now. And that's where that hole is going through. Okay. So the hole's not going from here and going back into this. We're going straight through this piece right here. So just like normal, we would, definitely have hidden lines in this area. From here to here. I thought I picked the hidden line. Oops. Oh well, I can fix that. All right, so back to my construction line. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, once this is drawn on this auxiliary view, I'm now going to take this and project it over into my right side view and to my top view. And I'm going to trim these out because I want to be able to pick the midpoint. So I'm just going to trim those back, and I want to be able to pick the midpoint of this one, because now what we're going to do is, if we know that this was a 1 1/4 diameter, let's just go back to this right here because this is important. So if that's a 1 1/4 diameter, we've got to lay out 1 1/4 here. So 1 1/4 divided by 2, that's 0.625. So I'm going to just draw myself another little construction line here, and I'm going to offset that 0.625. And I only need to do one side because when I draw the ellipse, the ellipse is going to be symmetrical. So I'm just offsetting 0.625 on each side. Okay, so that gives me, this is going to give me the center point of my ellipse, and then it's going to give me my outer axis in the x direction, and then this point up here is going to be the y. So let's take a look at this. Let me go back to my construction line, and I'm using the ellipse command with center. Okay, so it's going to allow us to pick the center first, and then we pick 2 axis points. So I'm going to pick the center of this line here. I'm going to pick the bottom here, and then the right side here. It doesn't make any difference which one I pick. I just have to pick one of those legs. So I'm going to go back and do this on this view here. So the center, this is the center of that circle. And I could have projected that over, but I didn't. And so that gives us that elliptical view. So when you are doing these problems, specifically this one right here, you know, from the right side view, this one is going to appear as a circle, but when you do the top view, you're going to need to construct an ellipse. So you're going to have to lay out the center point and then the X and Y axis. And then when you do the auxiliary view for this, you're going to have to lay out the X and Y axis as well. So that ellipse command that we're using right here is going to be the method that you do that. So it's always important to find the center point of the ellipse and the two X and Y axes for you to plot that. From here, you know, I would just continue with center lines and I would wrap that up, but that's why and how you use an ellipse in an auxiliary view. All right.